Sorry about that, guys. And we're back.
Money good. You know I had to take it. You don't keep putting pressure on these niggas. Don't keep running this shit up. Don't keep getting money. Don't keep making these niggas.
First nigga with the hatchback. I'm a trendsetter.
Okay, guys. Sorry about that. We're back after some user error by myself. MDTV, go ahead, bro. So we were talking about the flash. I mean, this was a flash crash, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Literally, it crashed about 10 to 17%. And bro, I was getting messages. People were DMing me like, "What's going on? Is this the end?" I was like, "Bruh, relax, relax." Go ahead, bro. Let's talk about it.
I mean, the end. I wouldn't say the end at all. I mean, and let me go back. That's going to lead me right into my point. What I wanted to talk about, because we see the 7-day chart, right? And we see the steep decline over 7 days, and what we see here is just what happened today. Now, if we go to the 24-hour chart, I want us to not even really look at the trajectory of what happened, but let's look at the volume. You see that volume and how it has like substantially increased. To me, that shows me that this is not the end. This is just the beginning, because look at how much money was piled in right here. We went from at 9 a.m. at a volume of 29 billion, I believe, to 45 billion. That is damn near $15 billion over a course of, I say, 5 to 7 hours. So that is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah. Who's buying it?
Institutions,
Cha-ching.
Retail investors. I definitely say that. I mean, but like I said, maybe this was manipulated. Maybe this was where, you know, like I already said, maybe the head honchos wanted to maybe send a message to El Salvador to kind of bring down the price a little bit. Just, you know, kind of like a gut punch. But also, they also brought it down to where now that they can buy back in. And now in the institutional investor said, hey, we might as well pick up our pockets and buy the dip. I hope that you guys bought the dip. I did. So that's all that I can really say. You know, it's definitely not the end. And you know, when I look at this right here, it's a steep decline, but it really bounces right back up. And right now we're kind of stable right here.
It bounced literally right back up within like an hour.
Yeah.
And typically, I mean, in the past, right? Not to cut you off, MD, but usually we would have a bounce back maybe in a day or so. But this happened super duper fast.
And I mean, you could. I mean, guys, we could see why it happened. I mean, look at the volume here, and then look at the sharp. I guess you could say half oval shape right here. Like, you know, it just rises up, and then we see a shoot up right here from 37 billion volume to 43 billion. That's institution right there. That's all to me, people with big money coming in right there. So in my own opinion, I mean, we could even look right here where over the past 24 hours, we saw a decline, like Solo said, around 10 to 11% decline over 24 hours, which is crazy to me. But then we look at the last hour here. It's right back in green. We're back up to about 0.20%. Now, that definitely may not seem like a lot, but guys, remember, this is a long road ahead. You know, Bitcoin still hasn't reached its all-time high yet. So don't worry. Don't worry. It's gonna go back up.
Yeah, definitely. And now I do want to say real quick, I want to shout out the people who super chatted that I didn't get to shout out before. Shout out to Captain Cisco. He says, "What is up, Dot? I tried to unload it to my Nano X. It will not go in there." Polkadot? Really? I mean, you should be able to. That's an ERC20 token, isn't it? Like, right?
Polkadot?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Nano X. You sure? Are you sure you're updated to the latest firmware? Are you? I
Yeah,
mean,
because there was an update on it a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken, on ledgers, and there was also an update on the tracers. Actually, I did because I don't check my tracer every day, so there was an update. So yeah, I would do an update, and if it continues to do that, you might want to see if you have enough space or memory for that. Six Sound says, when the market is bleeding, you go all in. And thank you for the donations. Exactly, Six Sounds.
yeah.
That's why I was trying to buy some XRP. It went down to like $1 too. And guess what? I know Coinbase was down. The exchange I was using was being wonky. Golly, I'm so mad that I missed out. But you know what? That's why for purposes like this where it's a flash crash, make sure you have some money stacked in your D apps. You know what I'm saying? Like Uni, Trust app, what have you. So when you see a flash crash like that, you're able to get what you want to get really swiftly. Because as we just saw this morning, I mean, it went down super fast, but then it came back up really fast as well.
Of course, and I don't it's just kind of eerie to me because we saw the same shape in the last chart. Just by looking at it, we see the same effect here, a bounce up right here, and then we see more of that half oval shape of that volume rising steadily, and then for some reason, it's a sharp increase right here. I wonder where that money's coming from. I mean, guys, I definitely have to ask that question. Where is this money coming from? That is such a huge spike like that. That's why, again, I never think that anything just happens by chance, especially in this type of market. I don't ever think that. I think everything is always planned.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of manipulation going on. And it's more evident this year than it's ever been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, I've said it before, and I know people think I'm crazy, but Bitcoin should be at 150 right now. XRP should be at like $20 right now. And let's be realistic. In any market, stock market, forex market, there's always going to be manipulation. We know that, right? Yeah. But I really think that in the future, the more cryptocurrencies become less volatile and more stable, you're going to see a lot less manipulation. Now, I can give you guys theories on that without, but I know right now if I were to tell you, you guys would think I'm crazy, but I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than people think. Because the way this market is moving, you see all this money right there coming in, right? Big things are going to happen. And like I was showing in before, and I got to show it again because I did delete the other stream. As MDTV was talking about, mass adoption is happening, guys. That is a Bitcoin ATM right by my house. You know what I'm saying? And so this is happening. And MD, do I sound crazy for saying that within 10 years, you might never see a cash ATM again, or it'll be like a relic, like a phone booth?
You're not wrong. Oh, you're definitely not wrong. I mean, listen, we're living in a time where technological advances are happening at the blink of an eye. So it definitely wouldn't surprise me at all to see that, there may no longer be cash ATMs. It may be just literal digital Bitcoin cryptocurrency, buying stable coins whenever the US comes out with their stable coin, whatever they come up with, or their digital currency. Yeah, I definitely wholeheartedly believe that 5 to 10 years, we're no longer going to see cash. I don't think that anybody uses cash anymore, bro. I think that everybody uses a credit card, a debit card, or nowadays, like where we have these new crypto the Visa cards where people can upload their cryptocurrency and use it in everyday use. That's what I think we're going to see a lot more of.
Yeah, and I think that with the 19, and I got to speak in code, of course, because you guys know YouTube algorithms be hating. And please smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Likes are free, guys. You don't have to donate, but likes are free. You know what I mean? And if you hit the dislike, guess what? The algorithm still pushes it. So haha. Anyway, but as I was saying, what the 19 did is, remember that now they're talking about a coin shortage and who's really using cash. Even in certain places, like certain restaurants that I've been to, they're like, we only accept debit or credit cards, you know? And now it's so weird to me how like a lot of credit card companies now and banks, what they're doing is they're already doing this whole digital wallet thing, right? Where if you go on that banking app, you can use your card from there. And I heard yesterday on the news that Apple Wallet, for those who have iPhones, which I do, iPhone gang in the building, but I still got Android too. Now they're gonna have it where you'll be able to have your driver's license be in your Apple Wallet in some states, right? They're gonna start off with 2 states, I don't remember which ones, and then it's gonna move to 8 states. So everything is gonna be digitalized here really soon, and it's gonna be a lot sooner than people think. A lot sooner than people think.
You know, I think that it all kind of started with what was the app called? It was even before Cash App. It was
PayPal?
Zelle. Well, also PayPal as well. But I'm talking when they started to like connect it to banks. It was Zelle, where you could just send money straight up from your bank account to someone else's bank account, just right there. You know, I still use cash. I hear you, man. I hear you. Hey, listen. When I go to the gas station, I throw them a $10 bill. You know, it's easy. But I read Ethereum destroyed some of their coins. Well, the thing is though, Ethereum is burning more coins than they're minting with this EIP 1559 update, which is kind of ironic. But still, you know, I think that the more that the coins are becoming finite, the more valuable that the coin will become. So to me, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but that is what's happening. But yeah, back to the conversation about, you know, the banks. I mean, not even just your bank, but like, you know, our phones are going to start to become our actual wallet. You know, we're going to start to have everything that we need on it, where we may not even need to walk around with a wallet anymore, you know, because nowadays you could scan like the QR code and stuff like that with the Apple Pay, and you could just pay for things right away, and it would just go that way, so simple and easy. So I think that that's really the wave and where we're really going towards.
And that's why a lot of scammers have now been trying to hack people's phones, right? By you heard T-Mobile, they got hacked.
Oh wow!
You know, about a month ago. And don't be shocked if these scammers come up with some technology where they're able to just walk by you and your crypto just transfers to their wallet. I saw that in a movie once. I forgot where they were able to get that information. I don't know. Maybe it was Mission Impossible. One of those movies, man. So you want to make sure that, you know, for me, I always preach, get a cold storage wallet, right? Get a Ledger Nano or get a Tracer, and you want to hold your majority of cryptos there. Obviously, you know, I get it. People want to stake their coins too, but be very careful in public when you're out and about that you don't lose it, that you have passwords and all of that, you know, because these scammers and hackers are getting way more sophisticated, bro. And there's a lot of people that are falling, unfortunately, for a lot of these scams. I talked about that on yesterday's show, where a lot of people are still falling for the old school trick where, hey, send me 2 Bitcoin and I'll send you 5 back. I will never ask you guys to send me 2 Bitcoin and send 5 back. Now, if you want to send me 2 Bitcoin, I'm going to keep that 2 Bitcoin. And then I'm going to say thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take XRP too, man. That's my go-to right now. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and then I'm also
Okay.
gonna play a video. The video's gonna be a bit long, but I know you guys see Kim Kardashian and Steph Curry in the title. Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Because what would a stream be if we're not talking about Kimmy cakes, right? And I know Mr. Distinguished, he loves his cakes. Oh, yes, he
yeah.
does. Now,
Yes, sir.
Steph Curry recently signed a deal. Okay. Now, crypto advice for Curry. Okay, that's the wrong article. Let me pull up the right article, guys. Bear with me, man. Oh my goodness. So Steph Curry signed a deal today with FTX, right? And that's big news because he's going to be a global ambassador. For those who are not familiar with Steph Curry, I mean, you should be. He's a popular basketball player, 2-time MVP with the Golden State Warriors. Okay, and he's also a future Hall of Famer. Now, some people saying he's not. I think he is. I mean, he made the 3-pointer from half court popular, right? Now, FTX has announced that the company has signed a long-term partnership with NBA superstar Steph Curry. The deal sees the 3-time champ sign on as FTX new global ambassador. Additionally, Curry will receive an equity stake in FTX Trading Limited, and his charitable foundation, Eat, Learn, and Play, will partner on charitable initiatives. According to the official announcement, Curry said that he was excited to partner with the company, yada, yada, yada. So Curry's going to make some bread, basically. I wonder how much.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything to say about this? Are you surprised that Steph Curry, one of the most popular or well-known basketball players in the NBA right now, is dealing with FTX?
No, I'm not. And I'll tell you why. Because obviously he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's already a legend, in my own opinion. And I think it's the same thing which we saw with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had so much buzz around him, and we could even go back to baseball cards where people had his stats. They knew everything about him, and he was a high profile figure to market. And now with the new day and age, where we were talking about with NFTs, that's honestly a huge craze, guys. Make sure you get on that. NFTs, digital artwork, certificate of authority, these non-fungible tokens for you to acquire so that you can possibly sell them in the future to make a profit. And there was even a picture that or in the last article where it was the monkey. I forget what artist creates those non-fungible
punks.
Crypto punks. Yeah, exactly. With a Z, right? Crypto punks with a Z, right?
I think so.
I think that's how they spell it. But they make tons of them. And the reason why I'm bringing up the non-fungible tokens is because it reminds me of baseball cards or trading cards that they had all the sports figures, like say Barry Bonds. They had everything, all of their stats on it. But like what I'm trying to say is that it could be a certain type of ownership of that player so that people can purchase it and they could sell it later on in the future. So this is just sort of the modern rendition of that, in my own opinion. And the thing is, Steph Curry is definitely a high profile figure. It doesn't really surprise me because it was either going to be him or LeBron. And I think they chose Steph Curry because he's more fresh, he's more hip, he's younger. He's probably into the technological aspect because he's also over there in California with Silicon Valley, et cetera, et cetera. So
and he's light skinned. That's what you wanted to say.
He's light skinned.
Fab. I know that's what you wanted to say. He's light skinned. Come on, Fab.
He's more approachable. He's more approachable. But yeah, he's light skinned with the green eyes. You know where I'm getting at here. You know, but nevertheless,
it's just jokes, man.
Yeah, it's just jokes, guys. But hey, shout out to Steph. Yo, he's honestly a legend in the game. We're not gonna get into the situation with his parents. That's personal business. But you know, the situation with
that's for another stream.
Yeah. But the situation with the FTX, it was a no-brainer to me.
Know that what FTX is? FTX is a trading exchange, and they got their own crypto as well. So I actually use FTX to track my coins, which is cool because you can connect it or you can just input the amounts that you have.
Yeah, they I think they bought what was it called before? I think it was, I forget what they bought, but they had bought them out. I forget what it was called before, but they had bought the app and then they had taken it over. But yeah, it's basically what Solo said. It's like an exchange. You can track your crypto, you can store on it too. So it's another head figure in this space. So basically it was a no-brainer to me that when they had chose to partner up with him, because he's such a high profile figure. Yeah, Blockfolio. Thank you, H2. Thank you. Yeah. So definitely, you know, it was honestly an easy choice to me when they had chose to do something with him. So yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna play a quick video for you guys. This is by Bloomberg News. And it's going to get into a little bit on their rendition of why they think the market crashed. And so here we go.
System. Joining us right now to talk a little bit more about this is Bitcoin enthusiast Joe Weisenhall, who of course has been following this rollout for us. Joe, obviously you do a lot more than that, but you certainly know a lot, not only about Bitcoin, about this whole ecosystem here. Yeah. I'm just curious as to what you generally expected from the start of a country, even though it's a small country, using this as legal tender.
You know, it's hard for me to imagine that the existence of another currency will itself amount to this big transformation. But it would not surprise me if at the margins, or maybe to a substantial degree, it does bring in foreign direct investment. Obviously, a lot of actual Bitcoin enthusiasts, investors, technologists in the space are very excited about what's going on there. And so the idea that perhaps they could set up shop in the country as miners, developers, and so forth, perhaps also Bitcoin tourism, it would not be surprising if one effect is to essentially bring in more outside capital.
We know, obviously one of the most important things here will be for other countries thinking about this, Joe, some of the learning that happens here. What are you watching most closely? What do you think will be most interesting about how this works and who uses it and what the challenges are?
Well, I think it'll be really interesting to see, a few things. One is, do people use it as a spending currency, or, most people in the U.S. and developed markets who own Bitcoin mostly own it as an investment. So that'll be interesting. There's also interesting technological questions, the degree to which people find it easy to use the various solutions that are being developed, whether it's the government's wallet or another wallet. That'll be really interesting to watch because that might inform whether other countries try to adopt something similar. So I guess just usage patterns in general, what apps and how, whether it's spending, investment, those will all be interesting things to track.
All right, I want to bring in Nick Cart.
Now, before they continue, I do want to say this. Why hasn't this been bigger news, MD, in your opinion?
You mean the decline in Bitcoin or El Salvador using it as legal tender?
Adopting it as their legal tender.
Well, correct. The reason, in my own opinion, is because maybe they don't favor it. They don't necessarily want that to be the wave, because I want us to look at China, for instance. They wanted to boot Bitcoin out, or Bitcoin miners out, so that they could develop their own digital yuan. We saw Nigeria, they created their own digital currency where they have their own wallet set up going. So maybe the powers that be they didn't want El Salvador to bring Bitcoin in because that would bring more power to Bitcoin. Maybe the powers that be want like every nation to have their own digital currency and it be a level playing field. You know what I'm saying? So it could be like starting from.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought, bro. Finish your thought.
No, just because let's picture it. You know, El Salvador would use Bitcoin as a legal tender, and now with Bitcoin at 52K, it's just going to keep going up and up. But the other nations, they have to start fresh with their own digital currency. There's no hype around it. There's no real attraction to them. So maybe they wanted to kind of not really talk about it because they want El Salvador to be on the same level playing field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No,
that's just my own opinion.
And I totally get what you're saying, and I do agree with what you're saying. I think the bigger picture is that basically El Salvador is saying F you to the elites, and I'm talking about the banks, and they're not liking that. And I find it very odd that on Bitcoin Day, on this rollout of El Salvador's, that this flash crash happened. Now, let's continue more with this, and then we'll chime in more.
Partner at Castle Island Ventures, Nick hosted a chat on social with the president of El Salvador, encouraging him to adopt Bitcoin not long before the country did exactly that. So, Nick, we won't say that it was your brainchild, but certainly you were part of the conversation with the leadership there. What are you watching most closely here now that they have taken this step?
Well, I'm curious to see the extent to which second layer networks like the Lightning Network actually get utilization. Apparently, it looks like the official Chivo app will support this overlay network. And so I'm very curious, as Joe says as well, to see whether Salvadorans actually embrace Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. So far, the evidence is that Salvadorans are mostly bemused about the move, but it'll be very interesting to see if they actually use it at merchants.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, Nick. I mean, obviously there's
and I will say this: I don't think the El Salvadorians, I know I'm butchering it, realize, but their country in the next 10 years from now, they're going to be probably one of the most prosperous countries in the world.
Oh yeah, especially with if they do accept it as legal tender, people who do have Bitcoin will be more attracted to want to go there. So it kind of goes back to the argument that the powers that be and the other nations, they wanted it to be a level playing field. They don't want people to be inclined to want to go over there, where that's going to make them more prominent, as you said, or more prosperous in the future. It's politics, and they're playing with the market, which is messed up, because there are retail investors who are putting their hard-earned money into this market. So, but it is what it is. And it's kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah, I totally agree. However, I think that the El Salvadorian president, is really ahead, actually, of most of other countries, especially America. And I hate to say that, but the USA is totally behind when it comes to adoption of crypto, even though we're seeing these Bitcoin ATMs and such. But the fact that they're using this as their main tender shows how they're willing to take a chance. And I think that in the future, it's definitely going to pay off for them.
The Bitcoin faithful, and then you have some institutions that see the investment opportunity within it. But of course, trying to convince just average people on the ground to use this in a transactional way has to be a bit of a hard sell. And we've seen some data showing polling out of El Salvador saying something like 70% of the public doesn't really want this thing. How do you overcome that? How does this country sort of mount that type of public perception in opposition to something that they seem to be tethering their future to?
Well, I'd be surprised if Bitcoin became the dominant medium of exchange in the country. I expect dollars to be the predominant solution for the foreseeable future. It is a little bit surprising that the Bukele administration has pushed Bitcoin as a medium of exchange so firmly, when at the sovereign level, it seems like the most obvious thing to do would be to adopt it in their foreign exchange reserves as kind of a gold-like analog. Whereas at the brick and mortar merchant level, Bitcoin is not a popular tool, nor has it really ever been. So it's a little bit surprising to me to see their emphasis in sort of that transactional mode.
Nick, what do you see as the upside scenario here for? So obviously, look, a lot of Bitcoiners such as yourself have been very enthusiastic, very excited about this news. What does success look like, either for Bitcoin or, more importantly, what do you think if success could mean for El Salvador?
Well, for El Salvador, they're going to have to normalize their relations with the international institutions like the IMF. There's a lot of uncertainty that they need to be resolved. Investors in Salvadorian debt are pretty concerned, and so I'd like to see yields come down a little bit. But generally speaking, I think a relatively smooth rollout. The Chivo wallet appears to be working. It's in the App Store, so sort of in theory it works. It would be, I think, damaging to the effort if the Bukele administration started to enforce Article 7 in the law really aggressively against merchants that didn't offer Bitcoin, transaction settlement. So as currently conceived, this law is actually more of a forced tender than a legal tender law, and actually mandates merchant acceptance. If they start to enforce that really aggressively, I think that would be a pretty significant optics blow for the Bukele administration. It might trickle down to Bitcoin as well.
Nick, obviously there would be a lot of kind of process learning here, but in terms of sort of the argument for the possibility, it's there. What would you expect to see larger countries, more kind of globally integrated countries, adopting Bitcoin in the same way anytime soon?
Perhaps not embracing it as this medium of exchange, which, as I've said, is a curious approach, but as a sort of non-sovereign digital gold-like asset that you can hold and use to diversify your exposure away from sovereign currencies like the dollar. To me, that seems like the most obvious approach. El Salvador, to be clear, is probably not the first sovereign state to hold Bitcoin on its balance sheet. It's certainly rumored and quite plausible that states like Iran, Venezuela, or North Korea all hold Bitcoin in some capacity. They're the first ones to do it explicitly, though. But yeah, as Bitcoin becomes more of this gold-like asset and fully undertakes that process of maturity and financialization, that's where I'd expect to see uptake. As central banks potentially look for this sort of non-sovereign asset that they can hold.
But just to be clear, Nick, so when you talk about uptake, you're talking about these central banks sort of building that up in its reserve, or the Treasury in its reserves, to a level that I guess would maybe by default just sort of force uptake?
Yeah, that's what I would expect to see in terms of sovereign adoption of Bitcoin. None of us really expected that the first nation to fully embrace Bitcoin would do it in terms of encouraging it to become a dominant medium of exchange.
So do you think there's going to be another country? I mean, actually, more importantly, like Bitcoin hasn't gone anywhere in a long time, price-wise. It went down quite a bit since the highs earlier in the spring. Then it's bounced back. Like, what is the next big catalyst you're watching for? Was it more on the national side? Is it something on an ETF? Like, what do you think is going to be the next thing that gets people excited about Bitcoin? Because even with the recent crypto rally, it seems like people are really more excited about like Solana or like buying a JPEG of an ape.
Well, you have to consider it in context, and I think it's those macroeconomic drivers that are really going to determine the next few years of Bitcoin's future, effectively. If we get this kind of sustained monetary repression with negative real interest rates, I think assets like Bitcoin continue to look attractive to investors. Bitcoin itself doesn't really have to change much. It's sort of quite well understood. And of course, there's things like an ETF, which would be further financialization, make it suitable for other market participants to get exposure to. But that's pretty incremental at this point. I think it really just depends what's happening out there in sort of the broader macroeconomic environment.
We know that there is, plenty of review happening at the SEC and elsewhere from a regulatory point of view about cryptos in general and their use and their applications. What do you think? Where do you think we are, and how does this, if in any way, change the thinking by the SEC, for instance, in the legitimacy of these products and how they will be used by perhaps even the Federal Reserve?
Well, SEC Chairman Gensler understands Bitcoin very well, and I think his opinion of it is sort of fully complete. And he's, I think carved it out as something that's truly decentralized. He's made statements to that effect. Now, the remainder of the crypto space, especially decentralized finance, some of these crypto banks, lenders, seem to be in his crosshairs. I think the SEC is a more activist SEC. It's just fundamentally more active than the prior SEC, and has a number of sort of litigations undergoing, including with Ripple. And Gensler has made some.
Yeah, let's talk about the Ripple case. I mean, XRP channels, man, and you guys know me. I love XRP. I've been talking about XRP since 2017 on YouTube, since it was 3 cents. That's facts. But this SEC case, to me, it looks a lot. There seems to be a lot of funny business going on, MD. I don't know if you've heard some of the last recent allegations in the last few days.
It was kind of funny to me when XRP was asking the SEC to disclose their holdings in cryptocurrency. That was kind of funny to me, and I was like, that was kind of a reach, but maybe they were trying to get a point across of saying that, hey, right, you're fighting against us, but you hold it.
Exactly. They didn't want to show them that.
Yeah.
And come to find out that there may be some shenanigans going under the table where it's like, oh, well, if you give us X amount of, X amount of XRP, we'll do this for you. And then it makes you wonder, is that what happened with Ethereum? Because remember, the SEC was going after Ethereum a few years ago. And there were issues of, if Ethereum was considered a security, I believe that was back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So the SEC case, what I see happening, oh yeah, Charles Abram, you're already ahead, bro. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that in the future. I mean, I'm not going to get into it in this episode because I'm actually working on an advanced presentation on the ISO 202 protocol. But that's why I've been so bullish on XRP lately, because I'm starting to see where it's going now. Let me ask you this, MD. As a store of value, we understand that Bitcoin, yes, Bitcoin is the OG, but Bitcoin is slow. There are so many coins that are faster, more scalable in regards to transactions. If you were the El Salvadorian president, would you have used Bitcoin as a form of payment, or what coin would you have used?
In my own opinion,
I'm gonna say Baby Doge. I know you're gonna say it.
No, maybe they could have used even Doge, because there have been instances where, again, we talked about the Dallas Mavericks using it as a form of payment. But in my own opinion, I don't think there was anything wrong with using Bitcoin because it's widely known, it's respected in the market, and to be honest with you, it is I guess you could even say the father to all of these cryptocurrencies. It's the first of its kind. So why not use it? That's my own opinion. But I go back to the key point that, when we look at a lot of these nations, every nation wants to have their own digital currency. And I think that we need to look at Bitcoin as like kind of its own free bird. We need to let it be out there and people can use it as like, an exchange, like, you exchange Bitcoin for this digital currency. And I think that they kind of made a mistake of wanting to use it as legal tender. They should have brought it in slowly, and how the gentleman was saying that they wanted to pad their reserves and then kind of roll it out differently or slowly, because like he said, that their own.
Not to cut you off, but I have to. But if Bitcoin goes to 100K or 150K, like some people are projecting, the Salvadorian president, I don't even know his name, he'll be looked at as a genius.
He will be looked as a genius, but at the end of the day, we could say that he kind of got in it at the right time, because again, remember, Bitcoin was above 50K when this Bitcoin day was supposed to come about. So if it shot up and it went up to 100K, of course he would receive the praise. But now, obviously, with it going down, people are criticizing him, saying everything like that. So it's kind of like a boon and a bane argument to me. If it had gone up, he would have been praised. And now, since it's going down, people are going to criticize him and question him. So, I mean, it was a smart play to try and do it now. Yes, because it was above 50K. This was the time. This was the time for them to do it.
Well, I think
wholeheartedly agree with that.
I think that better now than never, because
it
would have been better to do it now than to wait until if it doesn't hit 100K. Like a lot of people are thinking it'll hit 100K by December and January. That's what I'm thinking as well, right? And it would have been even more better. And I know my grammar is off. I apologize. It would have been even more phenomenal if it hits 250K, right? So one thing that you're going to have to understand is that even with these NFL players now, I think a couple have taken their salaries, part of their salaries in crypto. Yeah, if it's a bear market and that check ain't looking the same, yeah, but guess what? If you hodl that check and a couple years later it's 4x the amount that you got it for, whew, that's a lovely come up, man. All right, let's finish this. We only got about a minute left.
Pretty direct and aggressive statements about the decentralized finance space. And I think the whole industry is kind of expecting some sort of reprisal there, although we don't know exactly what form it's going to take yet.
Would a reprisal towards decentralized finance be bad for Bitcoin because it would say, oh, all of crypto is in the crosshairs? Or would it be good in the sense that non-Bitcoin crypto is largely viewed as a regulatory arbitrage play that then gets stamped out?
It's a great question because Bitcoin is not the dominant collateral type in decentralized finance, although it is somewhat involved. Any reprisals might concern platforms or exchanges where, of course, Bitcoin trades as well, and so it might affect the liquidity profile. But it's a good point. Bitcoin is somewhat distinct from the broader decentralized finance movement. That said, I think investor pessimism would percolate throughout the whole industry and probably adversely affect Bitcoin at the same time.
Okay, so that is the El Salvador situation. MD, is there anything you want to add to that, or anything you want to talk about in regards to the video, or anything else you want to address that they didn't address?
I can't remember.
Hold on, let me make this mute.
Not necessarily. I say that El Salvador, they made a smart play. And right now it kind of looks bad. It does, but again, they're standing out from the crowd, in my own opinion, because like I said, all these other nations are having their own digital currency, and they are taking a cryptocurrency that is already known, renowned, and honestly respected in the market. So to me, it's gonna pan out for them. It will. The only question really is when, not really a what if, but when will everything work out for them? Because in my own opinion, I think that if Bitcoin does revolutionize the medium of exchange in El Salvador, you're going to see a lot more people wanting to travel there and want to stay there. And ultimately, that's going to make El Salvador a place where people want to visit, and also people want to live there too. So that's just going to make it much more better for the city, or the country. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Dope. All right. Now let's talk about Kimmy Cakes. I know y'all ain't here for the crypto. Y'all here for that Kardashian, right? And so I'm gonna roll this quick video here. We're gonna talk about Kim Kardashian and in cryptocurrency? Let's get into that. Let's get into that. If this video will play. That's that Solana internet. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not. Okay, hold on one second. Well, I guess it's not going to play. So basically, regulators are worried about all the people plugging cryptocurrencies online. That includes Kim Kardashian, beauty and fashion mogul, and influencer extraordinaire. I'm sorry, I just got to laugh at that description.
Wow.
AKA Instagram Thotty Box. Okay. Charles
Yeah.
Randall, chair of the UK Financial Conduct Authority, called out Kardashian in a colorful speech today. He started out by suggesting the internet was full of excrement. Wow. The Ogbean stables hadn't been cleaned for 30 years when Hercules was set the labor of cleaning them. For 30 years, 3,000 animals had been doing in those stables what 3,000 animals have to do, Randall said. The first website was published 30 years ago last month. And like the Ogbeans or Augean stables over the last 30 years, the internet has filled up with great deal of, well, just call it problematic content. He then trained his attention on Kardashian, who he noted recently plugged Ethereum Max to 250 million Instagram followers. In line with Instagram rules, she disclosed that this was an hashtag AD. I'm assuming that's for advertisement. Is that right? I'm not sure what that stands for.
Yeah.
Not
Randall really sure.
Said, but she didn't have to disclose that Ethereum Max, not to be confused with Ethereum, was a speculative digital token created a month before by unknown developers. One of hundreds of such tokens that fill the crypto exchanges. Randall acknowledged that he can't say whether this particular token is a scam. Okay, so let's talk about that. So Kim Kardashian is promoting Ethereum Max. I've seen this promoted by the UFC as well. Floyd Mayweather promoted it actually too in his fight with Logan Paul. I know that one of the previous times I've had you on, MD, you kind of took a quick look at Ethereum Max. Have you taken a further look at it since, or what are your thoughts on celebrities in general who are promoting cryptocurrencies? Do you think that they're doing the digital space a service or the crypto space a service, or are they doing the crypto space a disservice?
I think that it's a actual service, because we see with a lot of these community tokens, as I call them, and Ethereum Max is one of them. That is I believe it's a ERC20 token built on the Ethereum ecosystem. So it is still linked to Ethereum, but we see this with a lot of these community tokens. I mean, we saw it with SafeMoon, Baby Doge, Paul Coin. We see it with, a lot of different tokens out here where they try to get celebrities who promote it, or they put it on Twitter, people who have a huge following, even people on YouTube. So to me, it's not really bad, but it becomes a nuisance when the people who create these tokens are anonymous. They're not known. They're not necessarily expressing the goal of the actual token. It's just kind of out there for people to funnel their money in and try to make money on it. Kind of like a racket. People just throw their money in it and they're trying to make money and trying to do what they can do. But it's not really good for long-term investors or people who actually believe in a project. Now, in my own opinion, it can be good if you know what you're doing and you stay up to date and you follow it and you make sure that you stay in tune with many of these community tokens. But the fact that we have Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather, I believe that Floyd Mayweather also had a situation before in the past where he did promote a cryptocurrency and it turned out to be a scam. And he had to pay a fine for it. Yeah. And so when I hear things like that and he's getting involved in another one, that tells me that these people, these celebrities are getting paid off. They're getting some money to promote it. And in turn, they're getting people to funnel their money in for the project. And that to me is when it becomes a problem, because now they're being disingenuous now. You know, oh Lord. Look at this Barbie doll.
And I look at it like this. I mean, it's great that Kim Kardashian is promoting cryptocurrencies, but let's be honest, it's just a money grab for her.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't even know what Ethereum Max does, right? She probably was told by her publicist or her advisor, hey, if you push this coin, you're going to get $1 million for doing this, right? And so at the end of the day, it goes to one of those scams where this happened, you know, a year or two ago. Remember when a bunch of celebrities got hacked and then they were saying, hey, send me crypto to this address and I will send you, send me 2 Bitcoin and I'll send you 5 back. Elon Musk got hacked. Floyd Mayweather, I think, got hacked too, right? And people were sending celebrities crypto. I think it's very important that a person like Kim Kardashian, if you promote this, that you're very transparent, because we have seen a lot of scammers, even popular YouTubers who are promoting this child crypto, and then as soon as it pumped, they dumped it, you know? And unfortunately, a lot of people who follow Kim Kardashian, most of them, they're not going to be very savvy in the crypto space, right? Can you make some money off of Ethereum Max? You probably can if you know what you're doing, but the average person doesn't. The average person is just going to, especially the average guy, he's going to, oh, Kim Kardashian is in it, so I'm in it too, you know? And so the reality is that a lot of people have to be very careful and do your research on these coins. Don't just jump into it because a celebrity tells you, hey, get into this coin. I mean, that's asinine. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate Elon Musk for pushing Doge, but look at what he did in SNL, you know? And then a lot of people panic sold. And, you know, you really have to do your research. And this is why we preach DYOR here, do your own research, because a lot of people just don't know what they're doing. And this is why for me, it behooves me so much to speak on doing your own research. Even though I speak about crypto on my channel very regularly, right? I think it's very important because at the end of the day, a lot of people have to really start to understand that crypto is not like something where you put money in it and a week later you're rich. That's not how it works. A lot of people that, you know, even that I've done consultations with and, you know, that have been on my course and people that I've just spoken to in general, have to understand that, you know, you have to have a strategy in place, right? Whether you're hodling midterm for a few months or long-term, few years, or if you want to become a trader, right? Because the people that are going to make the money on a day-to-day are either going to be hodlers who are just hodling, or people who are staking their coins, right? They're using DeFi coins and whatnot, or people who are traders, and traders, they make money and they lose money. So I really think that, yes, it's great that Kim Kardashian is out here promoting crypto, but let's not be disingenuous and say that she's really doing it for the betterment of decentralized finance and the sovereignty of you having your own money. No, she's doing it because somebody's cutting her a check. Let's just keep it all the way 100.
Yeah, and I was even looking up an article on my phone by CBS Sports Boxing, and they better be careful because Floyd Mayweather was already charged by the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. It says here they charged former welterweight champion Floyd Mayweather with cryptocurrency fraud. This happened on November 30th, 2018. This article was written. And it says, alleging that Mayweather failed to disclose he was paid for promoting investments in initial cryptocurrency coin offerings. According to the SEC, Mayweather did not report that he had received $300,000 from a total of 3 ICO issuers that paid him to promote the offerings online. One of those companies was Centratech. a company that has been separately charged by the SEC for a fraudulent ICO. Mayweather used his social media accounts to encourage followers to join Centra's ICO with the promise of striking it rich without disclosing that he was being paid by the company to endorse their offering. The SEC mandates disclosure for the purpose of ensuring that paid endorsers are not misleading an audience into believing they're offering an unbiased recommendation. Mayweather pumped Centra's ICO on his Twitter account, tweeting that it starts in a few hours. Get yours before they sell out. I got mine. Now, it says here that he settled it with the SEC, and as part of his punishment, will be banned from promoting any securities for the next 3 years. And what happened this was in 2018. Now it's 2021, so he's back at it, people. He's back at it. And also it says music producer DJ Khaled was also paid to promote Centra, and he was charged by the SEC as well. And he had to fork over, says $50,000 payment that he received, plus a $100,000 penalty and $2,725 in interest. Mayweather and Khaled are the first two individuals to be charged by the SEC for promoting ICOs. Listen, guys, these celebrities are just getting paid to promote a project. Do your own research on the actual project and see what is going on. DYOR, people, because these celebrities, they don't give a damn about you. They already got their check. They already got what they needed. And Kim Kardashian better be careful with that watermelon ass. The way that she walking around, she looking busted now. You know what I'm saying? She better be careful that the SEC don't even come for her. She better be careful. I'm just telling you guys, she better be careful. You listen, if she's taking checks from ICO people, we know she's down bad, Solo. We know that.
Or it's a quick check for her. Let's be honest, right?
But I'm thinking about the
hold on, let me finish. If all she has to do is just, promote it on her Instagram, promote it on her social media, it's an easy check. I get it. I totally get it. And, I talk about a lot of cryptos, even ones that I don't invest in. I've never been paid by a crypto company, just to let you guys know for transparency. But I'm just saying, if I were ever to promote one, I would let you guys know. But I've never been promoted for one. But let's be honest, she's doing it for a check.
Yeah, she is. But think about the repercussions. What if she gets put up on charges? What if she gets fined? I mean that check could be nice for now, but what if the SEC come back and say, "Oh, you got to give us the money that you received plus this fine"? Is it honestly worth it? And she loses her credibility.
Yeah, well, I don't think Kim has a lot of credibility, to be honest with you. Outside of some
credibility, I mean, she could always get back in front of the camera and do some sucky, and then she'll be all right.
Okay, all right, let's keep it PG, bro. It's a crypto show, bro. Let's keep it PG. I think that at the end of the day, and just to wrap this up with the Kardashian thing, a lot of celebrities are, like I said, they're doing a service by letting their audience know about crypto, but also a disservice because a lot of the cryptos that they are promoting are just pump and dumps. Not all of them. Let's be clear. Not all. But a lot of them are. Ethereum Max, I looked at it a little bit. I would have to do more research on it. I might do a standalone video on it, actually. That would be good because of the fact that a lot of people are probably going to get into Ethereum Max and they don't know what they're doing and they're going to get wrecked. Let's go on to the next topic. Now, let's talk about some FUD. Hackers crack Russian government website, launched shameless Bitcoin giveaway. Well, I don't know if that's really FUD. I mean, hackers giving away money on some Robinhood stuff from the government? Hey, anonymous hackers have reportedly undermined a Russian government website in order to launch a Bitcoin. Oh, they're doing a giveaway scam. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not good. A giveaway scam. The malicious actors targeted a website that belongs to a local government officials in Russia city of Razan, reports the local Russian news outlet Zvizda, advertises the Razanian online lottery that hackers initially claimed to offer 0.025 BTC, which equates to 1,300 USD, to every investor who installed a particular application on the device. The offering was then revised, stating $1,000 in Bitcoin would be given away to 5 randomly chosen people, as seen in screenshots of the fraud websites published by a local news outlet. Zooming out for Russia, data from the renowned data analytics from Chain Analysis, has been keeping track of where crypto-related scams are growing globally. Okay, now of course, you notice in Africa and Eastern Europe, those scams tend to be high, and not to berate them, but that's because, poverty tends to be a little bit higher in those countries, so people are going to be a bit more creative with their scams. Latin America runs next, Western Europe, Central and Southeastern Asia, Middle East, North America, surprisingly is near the bottom, Eastern Asia. My thoughts on the scam, and then I'll pass it over to you, is that people, I'm going to be talking about scams a lot. Why? Because there's going to be a lot of new people coming into this space, right? They're going to be watching maybe my channel, maybe your channel, MD. They're going to be watching a bunch of YouTubers who, I say this respectfully, but they don't talk about crypto. But I've noticed that as soon as crypto always starts to pump, you have certain people who all of a sudden they want to talk about crypto, right? And a lot of people are not going to know the nuances to how to protect their cryptocurrencies. And so this is why I make it now a point where I'm going to be talking about scams a lot. Don't listen, guys, there's no such thing as giving something away and then getting it back twofold or fivefold or tenfold. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is, right? Nobody's going to give you free crypto. Or nobody's going to say, hey, give me crypto and I'm going to give you triple it back. No, okay? So I want people to understand that these scams, even if you're a veteran, people may fall for them because they've become so sophisticated now, MD. It's ridiculous, right? Remember the Ledger scam where they were sending out emails that look officially like they came from Ledger. And it's tough out here, man, because I know people personally that fell for that Ledger scam. And these are veterans in the crypto space, lost a lot of money. And it can happen to anybody. I don't care if you're a beginner or you've been in the space since 2009, since the inception. These scams are getting very, very sophisticated, very advanced, very high tech, and you have to protect your crypto at all costs. MD, is there anything you want to add to that regarding scams or what I just said or the article?
Well, to me, when you were reading that article, it's kind of interesting that, it was saying that people had to download a certain application to their phone. And to me, it's kind of like opening the door for the robber inside your home. Like I don't know if we remember an episode from Martin where Method Man, he came through the window and he thought that Pam brought this guy in to trick him or something like that, and then he kind of let him rob his place for him. He let him rob his home thinking that it was a joke. But the main gist of what I'm trying to get to is it's like when you open the door for the actual robber to come in and rob you. Why would you download an application that you know nothing about? You have no reason to download it except the illusion that you're going to get rewarded for downloading it. And people are so gullible that they're going to believe it. And when you do that, who knows what other information they got from your phone? Because once you download that app, they could get maybe your contact information. They could put spyware on your phone so that now they possibly could control your phone while you're asleep. You never know what they could be doing. And that too. That as well, guys, if your seed words, that's like your social security number. You know what I'm saying? Or your PIN number. You need to write that down on a piece of paper. Never put it on like a digital document. In my own opinion, if you don't feel comfortable putting it on a piece of paper because you might lose that piece of paper, at least try to never screenshot it or share it, because there have been a lot of people in Telegram where I saw people were saying, "Oh, give me your seed words and I could possibly help you be able to get your wallet set up for you." And people are so stupid that they're willing to just give them their seed word or their seed phrases. And the other thing, if you have a hot wallet, make sure you set up password security so that if you're ever going to send a transaction, you have to put in that passcode in order to make the transaction go through. That's like your transaction signing to make the transaction go through. Make sure you guys do that. And that's definitely something that Solo, we need to let these people know about, because many people are going to be talking about, cryptocurrency, and they want to tell you how good it is to get it and like why you should get it, but they'll never teach you how to protect it. They'll never teach you how to make sure that it's safe, to make sure that you don't get scammed, to make sure you don't lose it, because there's so many instances where people could just hack your phone that, like, I mean, listen, you could even be on a Wi-Fi network. You're just in a Starbucks and somebody could hack your phone through a Wi-Fi network and get all your information and you don't even know it. It's crazy that, like, the way that we're going now, and just like you said, Solo, the scams have become so technologically advanced and so intuitive that it's like you have to keep your guard at all times. Just walking past somebody could put something on your phone and they could get access to your phone. Just like I said, with the Wi-Fi network, it's getting crazy, people. And with the adoption coming, people are gonna want your cryptocurrency. And this is why I would advise people never disclose your account, never tell anybody how much of a crypto that you have. Don't even show your wife. Don't even show her. You know what I'm saying? Keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just let them know that you got it. If your girl asks you how much you got, just tell her, listen, I got it. You don't need to worry about how much I got. Just know I got it.
I don't even tell girls I got it, bro. Like, I mean, there was one girl I dated.
I hear you.
She was in crypto too, and she had been in crypto since 2012, so it was kind of dope to have those conversations with her. But yeah, guys, it's funny because it's people will try to tell me how much I got. It's funny because people will always say, "Well, Solo, how do we know that you got it? We need to see your what?" I'm like, really? And and I say this respectfully, but my mentor got hacked. You're right. Ian Bellina got hacked for $2 million. No, I learned my lesson by seeing the stress that he had to go through, and he got hacked live. You know what I'm saying? So, and people thought he faked it. No, he did not fake it. Trust me. So people got to really understand. And I talk about that a lot. And I even got a video up called The 5 Common Types of Scams or Hacks, because there's a lot of people that are going to come in, MD. And I've seen this. I saw it in 2017. And people just, the FOMO is ridiculous. And all common sense goes out the window once people get greedy. Once they start to get greedy, common sense goes out the window. And my job, this is why I take crypto so seriously, is because, I've taken L's as well. Send money to the wrong address. I've done that. Facts. Don't act like you haven't done it. Everybody has done something.
Yeah. Which is why we say only send a little bit at first, and once you confirm it, then you can send the rest.
Yep. So people have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? The crypto. Listen, I don't have mine screenshotted. I've got it written down, and it's at my mama's house. And y'all don't know where my mama lives, so let's leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for the last part, and by the way, please hit the like button. Likes are free, everybody. You feel me? Hit the like button. Likes are free. Now we're gonna talk about today's coin of the day. It's everybody's favorite, Shiba Inu, because you like that Shiba Inu. Get it? Anyway, So reality is Shiba has really gone down, but that's great for people who are buying at the dip, right? Now, this is the 1-day chart. You see that it's at a green candle currently. It's trying to go back up. Let's go to the 5-day right here. MD, you're the technical analysis specialist. What are you seeing in this chart right here, bro? Let me zoom in a little closer.
As I'm seeing right here, I see a dip. Obviously, I kind of contribute to that, to what happened earlier today with every single crypto. We saw a huge steep. But again, we definitely see volume coming in, people buying the dip. But the one thing I can say is that there was so much hype, there was so much desire for Shiba swap. I mean Shiba Inu, and with Shiba swap, and how staking with to get Bone and Leash and all these other coins, and there was so much attraction to it. Even in the chat, the trendsetter crypto conglomerate group, there was so much hype around it, and to me, it's kind of let me down. It's kind of made me look at it like, is there a future for it? I believe so. I do believe so. I do. I mean, every crypto has its fall, and it shall rise from the ashes like the phoenix. This is usually what happens, because some people become speculative, and then when it goes up, it goes up. But for right now, I mean, I'm even looking at the past year, and the past year is down 60%. I go over 6 months. The past 6 months is down 74%. 3 months, it's down only 2%. And then we look at the last month, it's down 22% compared to highs and lows. So I mean, to me, I just see more red than I see green over the time of its existence. And the fact that there was so much hype, and people are talking about, oh, it's gonna come back, it's gonna go up. I'm like, we'll see.
I've been very transparent about Shiba Inu, right? I honestly thought the Shiba swap was going to be a lot greater than it was, and I think that Shiba is going to have another run. I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that. And one thing about Shiba is when it runs like none other, right? I think that Shiba definitely is going to run again. And I don't know when, I've been talking to different people and whatnot. I just know that one thing I've noticed about Shiba is it runs in conjunction the way Doge runs, but it runs at a higher rate. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still bullish on Shiba, and I'm still hodling my Shiba. I think that what Shiba needs is that Coinbase listing is then it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's a wrap. Shout out to Trojan Magician in the building.
Oh, Trojan.
He says,
Trojan, man. Where you at, bro?
He says,
where you at, man?
Hold up, let me read. Dang. There's a future for Shiba, 100%. Meme coins have a pattern of large accumulations than price explosions. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I'm still very bullish on Shiba. Super bullish on Shiba. It's just that I'm more bullish on other coins currently that I've talked about in the past. But I don't think that we can discount Shiba yet. I don't think Shiba is dead. I think that Shiba, there's still a lot of news on it. And I think that when Shiba runs, it's going to run. It's going to run. And once it gets listed, I think it's going to go haywire. So time will tell, though. Right, MD? Time will tell.
Yeah.
But I haven't given up on Shiba. Now, Safe Moon, that's another story.
Don't even get me started on Safe Moon. But
what happened with the Safe Moon wallet? Did that ever come out?
I think that it did.
Okay.
I think that it did. And we saw a pump a slight pump, but it wasn't anything really astronomical to me. You know, but you know, yeah. I mean, what's that chart right there? Over how
12
long
month
is that?
chart.
A year?
Yeah, I mean, it came out earlier this year though, and about February, well, March they're saying, but yeah, so it's been pretty steady.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
And I'm pretty sure that spike at the end is kind of when we saw the wallet come out.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with Safe Moon, to be honest, I'm not super bullish on Safe Moon. Now, do I think Safe Moon will still run if once everything starts running? Yeah, but I don't see Safe Moon as a long-term hodl, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion.
No.
And that's another thing. I got to be honest. I think that what happened with the meme coin, it kind of got oversaturated, man. With all these meme coins coming out,
it did.
The meme coin game got just oversaturated, and every coin does the same thing or similar thing as the other coin that they're trying to copy. It's just that, do you have a better name? Now, are there some meme coins that do stand out, right? Or have a different usage? Yeah, of course. But the meme coin market got kind of saturated, to be honest with you. And I think that may have caused some meme fatigue for some people. I know it did for me. I mean, I still have, for me, I still have my FAG token. I still have my baby Doge. But honestly, those are what I call flippers, man. If they pump to a certain price, I'm just gonna flip 80% for a profit and then keep 20% in.
I mean,
that's just my thoughts.
If I could just say that, when it comes to the meme tokens, I'm looking more for what's the word called? Not functionality. Damn, we have a word for it. It's I know that you always say it. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Utility.
Exactly, utility. Thank you, Solo. Thank you. Functionality, utility, actual purpose for the actual coin. That's what I kind of look for when I see these tokens or these community tokens. I don't like to call them meme coins because it reminds me of Doge, and Doge was a joke, and it's just like it's not pertinent to me to call them meme coins. I like to call them community tokens because that's how a lot of these coins were started. They were built on, they were marketed on Telegram, Instagram, YouTube. Meme coins will run last in the run. However, if Doge runs, it will push them. Doge is like the Bitcoin of meme coins. Yes, it is the first rendition of them. So yeah, I can wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes. And Doge, I definitely expect Doge to be around here for a long time. I definitely don't see it going anywhere. As I already said, the Dallas Mavericks were using it. Mark Cuban is bullish on it. Elon Musk is bullish on it. So that's just my own opinion. But like I said, back to these meme tokens, community tokens, whatever you call them. I like them to have a utility. I like them to have a functionality or something around them. Like, there's a meme token, a community token, which I'm really bullish on, called Rich City. Like I said one time before, they are creating their own video game. And if we learned anything from like Axie Infinity, if we learned anything from that, and how they were using the coins in the actual game and things of that nature. And Solo, we should have a talk about that another time. Like, these are gaming coins and how cryptocurrency is going to be utilized on even those platforms.
Oh yeah,
and that's going to really revolutionize.
I was talking about that on I don't know if it was yesterday's show or previous crypto show, but I think that like when you look at something like Decentraland and what's the other one that's been pumping? Axie Infinity, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Those are going to be huge. These gaming tokens are going to be huge because people are going to be using them every day for utility while they do what? While they play their game. So I think some of those are always going to be around. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, right? So, yeah, we definitely should do a show on that. Let me know when you're free, and we definitely can
for sure.
do a show. I mean, that there's a huge opportunity in that market as well. You know, we always talk about NFTs, right? I mean, that's the main thing a lot of people are talking about. But these gaming tokens, I've noticed, have become very popular as well, very talked about as well recently, because there's a usage for them. What do people like to do? They like to play games, especially now with winter coming up. A lot of people are going to be playing games. So these gaming tokens, they're going to be, wouldn't shock me if they go all the way up. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's actually, I don't know if you heard of a game. It's called, well, you probably heard of it. It's called The Sims. You know, I don't know if you've heard of that game, but imagine if they had like their own digital currency in the actual game, and because like The Sims is all about, you know, living life inside the game in a sense. And we were even in a group chat on the Trendsetter Crypto Conglomerate. Make sure you guys put your application in. Make sure you guys know what you're talking about.
It costs now. We don't just bring anybody on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But like, you know, we were even talking about how like the movie Ready Player One, and also with the VR. You know, and like I mean, listen, guys, the future is going to be crazy with this gaming and the tokens and the creating money and non-fungible tokens, buying land inside the game. Like it. Come on, guys. I mean, listen, we were even talking about how, you know, like, you know, these these adult tokens, or these, like, you know, adult themed coins were going to make a lot of money. But I think that these gaming coins are going to make hella money for people, because this is now we're getting into the entertainment industry where, like, I mean, honestly, man, like games cost like $60 a pop, right? So I'm saying like that in and of itself is already a moneymaker. Now you bring cryptocurrency inside the game. You're buying stuff inside the game with the coins that you earn inside the game. You could take it out of the game and put it in your actual wallet outside in the real world and exchange it. I mean, the possibilities are endless right there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Somebody says we'll open up the panel. I don't know, man. You want to do that? MD is up to you, bro.
I mean, I don't mind if people want to express their opinion, but you know, let's just try and keep it short, because you know we've been on for a little bit.
Yeah. I'll put the link in. You know, we'll take a couple things, but be swift, man. Make sure you have your talking points. It's not going to be. I'm not going to be here for long. I got other stuff I got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? These crypto streams. If this was a stream about Kim Kardashian, I'd have more supporters, more like buttons. So, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I get why your favorite YouTubers don't talk about this, because there's not a lot of interest in it, not in this sector of YouTube. But if we talk about Kim Kardashian, it'd be a lot of super chats. It'd be a lot of cash apps. It'd be all of that, bro. So, you know,
brothers is still talking about Fresh and Fit. I mean, we got to move on, guys. We
already addressed all that. Let's, you know,
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Chat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zeno FHD TV. He says Mark Zuckerberg said he wants Facebook to be a metaverse company by 2030. So any VR tokens is going to hit. Yeah, and I spoke about that a little bit yesterday, because I spoke about Tory Lanez and all the other stuff too, for those who saw my show yesterday. But these tokens, these gaming tokens, these VR tokens, they're going to be huge. They're going to be huge. I really think so, because the technology of VR is just improving rapidly. And it's sad to say, as I said in the other stream, but I think there's a lot of people who would rather live in a virtual reality than in the real world. You already see that with social media, how people can come on anytime, any way that they want. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got Trojan the Magician in the building.
Trojan.
What's going on, Trojan?
Good.
What's up, y'all? I heard y'all talking about crypto. I couldn't help but click on it.
Yeah,
How y'all
bro.
doing?
What do you like to say? I know you bullish on Shiba. Are you still bullish on it? What are your
My,
thoughts,
my,
bro?
my thing is this, my biggest thing is I'm not a big technical analysis guy, but what I'm big on is analyzing what's going to happen based on what happened in history. And my thing is this, like, historically, what happens usually is Bitcoin runs first, automatically. It's the leader of all cryptos. What comes next is large cap coins. So that's your Polkadot, that's your Solana, that's your Cardano, right? Like that's the coins in the top 50 on the coin market cap. Those coins are going to start running first. The coins with that you and me, or any random person might think is more expensive. Then the mid caps come. That's your Theta, that's your V chain, that's your you know IOTA, it's all Zilliqa, like all the mid caps are gonna run, and then it's your low caps. And when you get to the low caps, that's how you're kind of getting near the end of the run. Because the low caps are like, oh, they're the very cheap ones that everybody's buying, the Dent, VRA, Hollow Chain. And it literally played out like this in the last bull run, where it went from high cap, mid cap, low cap, and then meme coins. Meme coins was the last one. And we witnessed firsthand how meme coins absorbed all the liquidity from altcoin season, which we were expecting. We were excited about it, but then the meme coins came, and people started getting rich off of meme coins. And people are like, why am I going to buy Theta if I could buy Kishu Inu or Shiba Inu and I can get rich off of that? And then all of a sudden, Theta's dipping, and you see these ridiculous like cum shot and these ridiculous meme coins. People are getting rich off of them, and it was craziness, just like alt season, in 2017 or 2018. It was a bubble, right? And my thing is this: I feel like since we are still in the bull run year, we're going to have another cycle just like that. So that's what I feel like is going to happen. So I'm holding on to my Shiba. And my meme coins, I know they're not going to pop at first. They're going to pop at the end, because they signify the end of the run.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. It's a chain effect to me. The bigger coins, obviously, and then it trickles down. So yeah, I can definitely agree with that for sure. And kind of like the gist of what I could get from what you said is that every coin is going to have its run. Every coin is going to have its time when it's going to go up, and that's when you got to really take your profits off.
Yeah, definitely. And my thing is this: like, at the beginning of the bull run, I gotta admit I was a little against taking profits, because I'm like, guys, this is not the end. Like, there's still so much more room for it to go up, because I'm thinking, like, if I was in the 2017 run, would I take profits in the summer or would I wait until the end? But now that we're getting near the end of the year, there are a lot more uncertainties, but I still hold true to what I said. We haven't seen the true run yet. Like, I still think the market cap will go to either 5 to 10 trillion by the end of the year. That's what I think. And I will stand firm to that, because I'm like, dude, a bull run is not just getting, this is the post happening. People waited 3 to 4 years for this year. Like, people don't understand how people were suffering in 2018, in 2019, in 2020, just to get to this year. Like, if you got into crypto in the last 1 to 2 years, you have no idea how the people before you suffered.
Yeah.
Like, they waited for this. And this is not their reparations. They didn't get it yet. This isn't it. It's coming though, but this isn't it. And I feel like if people get out of the market now, they're gonna miss the real recompense for what's about to happen and what's really brewing in this market for this post-happening bull run. And that's my thing. And I'm like, guys, like, I think just like in the beginning of the year, we are in a bull run year. The market ran for January, February, March, April, and it died in May. That was a 4 and a half kind of month bull run, right? So let's say, okay, it got revived in July. That means that we still have at least 3 more months of a bull run, if we're going according to that cycle. And that's what I go by. I go by history. I don't go by charts and technical analysis, because like I said, Elon could make a tweet and then the technical analysis chart could be rendered invalid for that week or that month or on the daily. I mean, you never know, right? Crypto is very unpredictable. But the thing is, the fact is there's volume. And if this copies a pattern of the other bull runs, if you just hold, you know, and one last thing, I know I'm long-winded, I'm sorry, but my thing is this, right? A lot of the people who became insanely wealthy on crypto, they were not trading. As a matter of fact, they weren't even active in the market. You know what happened? They bought crypto in 2008 and they forgot about it. Oh, shoot, I got Bitcoin. That's what they're talking about on TV, right? I got some Bitcoin. Let me go check my wallet. Boom, $5 million. True story, too. True story. So my thing is this, like, I tell everybody, get a hodl bag, a bag that you promise yourself you will not trade ever. And get a trading bag. A bag that you can throw it here, throw it there, get this, get that, throw it everywhere, whatever. Trade this, trade that. Buy some Kishu, buy some Shiba, buy some Doge. Go crazy with it. Buy some Safe Move. I don't care. Because you're not supposed to care what happens with that bag.
It's not financial advice.
Bag,
it's not financial advice.
Facts. This is not financial advice, right? But your hodl bag, you need to hold that and never sell that. Because my thing is this, I tell people all the time.
I will say this, and shout out to my bro, Trader Nate. That's my cousin. He says, I'm going to disagree on the technical analysis part. Depends on your strategy, though. I will say this, because the 4-year chart is based on the technical aspects, right? Even though it's a factual aspect. So I do think that there is merit to technical analysis for long-term, speculation and whatnot. Because like you said, Trojan, history does repeat itself. And so far, the crypto market with the 4-year charts, the 4-year cycles, as it's known, has been very, very accurate, even though I know some people like the Plan B stock to flow model as well. And I don't know if that'll be still proven to be valid in the next couple of years. But the reality is, I do think that there is merit to technical analysis. I will say, though, at the end of the day, nobody could have predicted this flash crash that happened today. Lesson Bird, I see you on, bro. What you want to say real quick, man?
Hey, what's going on? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, man. What's going on, bro?
But hey, salute to y'all, man. I love what y'all doing over here. Hey, only one thing that concern me, how come y'all ain't showing no love to Hex?
I'm not very familiar with Hex, bro. I've heard of it, and I kind of got BitConnect vibes, bro. So I'm not familiar with Hex. I mean, are you into Hex? Have you made some money off of it? What are your thoughts on Hex, man?
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I know people that with $1,000 they invested last year, they're retired.
No, I'm talking about people you, brother. I don't care about the people. I'm asking you, like, have you made money off Hex? That was my question. How have you done with it? Because I know people too that have made money off Hex.
Look, Solo, man. Everybody that has ever bought is up right now in Hex. It did not dump today at all. Actually, let me take that back. It did dump like 2%, 3%, but it's already right back to where it was at. And something a lot of people don't know is that it's actually the number 3 market cap. Like its market cap is almost 3x of Cardano.
I have a question though, Lesson Burn. My thing is this. I've read up on Hex. I've definitely read up on it, and I have a good friend who's investing in it. So don't take this as an attack on you, but my thing is this. Why do you think CoinMarketCap is refusing actively to portray Hex on the CoinMarketCap, regardless of its rating?
I mean, I got a couple of answers for that. First of all, CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. Second of all, the things you can do with it, would honestly render some of those coins useless, honestly. And they make money promoting things that allow you to trade. I mean, you can trade Hex too, but the whole point of the matter is they incentivize you to make trades because exchanges and stuff make money off the fees. So,
And when you stake on Hex or on their blockchain, what is the APY, the annual percentage yield?
it depends. It's anywhere from 13 to 40%. If you stake for 1 year, it's like 13%, and it gradually goes up. 10 years, you'll get the max percentage APY be 38%, and then if you stake past that, actually, I think if you stake for the average, you'll get the 40%. And the average right now is climbing. It's always went up. The length, the average stake length is nearly 6 years right now. So if you stake that 6 years, then you'll get the 38%. But anything after that, it multiplies. So you can literally get 3 times that. Well, 3 times the amount of something called T shares. So when you stake, you effectively buy T shares. You pretty much sell your, you don't sell your Hex, but the Hex is, it's pretty much locked away. It can't be accessed again until you end that stake. But they give you T shares, and you get more T shares for the longer you stake. That's what allows you to get the more.
I got to be real. Hex kind of same thing with Solo. It kind of gives me BitConnect vibes, but I mean that doesn't mean it's not a valid project. You know, of course, I'm willing to learn more.
Well, it's proven itself though. It's been up for it's been live for 2 years now, and you know, every time the market takes a dump like this, it does not do that, and it rebounds quickly for 2 reasons.
My thing
Number
is
one,
this, though. You said the APY goes from, I believe, 10 or 20% to 40%, correct?
13% to 37, 38%.
To 30. Okay. I know coins that can go up to about 38, 39% APY, but that still just doesn't, it really rubs me the wrong way, the fact that it's not portrayed on CoinMarketCap.
Well, I mean, why do you only use CoinMarketCap? I mean, you know that there's multiple different sites, and not only that, I mean, why are you trusting something that's not giving you the accurate market cap? First of all, and second of all, that's not the only coin that
there's
that's not the only coin that it does that has the wrong market cap on there.
There's a lot of charges against the creator of Hex as well.
There is no charges. I was reading charges.
Okay, that is not accurate. Sorry.
I mean, Hex was audited 3 different times. It has 3 audits, but this is the thing. I mean, you can go to Coin Paprika, you can go to nomics.com, and you can go to Coin Ranking, and they all have pretty much more of an accurate market cap. The reason that the market cap on most places won't give you the true thing because the OA address, which is speculated to be Richard Hart, but the original address that created the Hex has half of the supply. So some coin ranking sites don't count that as circulating supply because it never actually circulated. Similar to just like the Satoshi coins, they've never been circulated either, but they get counted. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, I mean, the gains that people are making in this thing is ridiculous.
But my thing is this though, what's keeping me from staking in Kava that gives me at about a 35% APY, or persistence that gives me about a 38% APY, versus Hex where there's a lot of drama with lead developer. I gotta be real, there's a lot of drama going on with him. And then, like Solo said, it gives us BitConnect vibes for a reason. Like there's a lot of shady stuff going on with that.
Yeah, I mean, it like 30 40%. I mean, that sounds too good to be true, man. You know, that reminds me of BitConnect, where it was like at that time BitConnect was like 20%. So
Solo.
You know, I'm just being honest with you. I
know.
I
I'm not.
So
I haven't
I'm staying
denied
away
any
from
of
it.
that.
But I'll do my research. I'll do my research, but I'm staying away from it.
I haven't denied any of that. I mean, you guys are perfectly entitled to your opinion. I'm not telling anybody what to do. This isn't financial advice. I'm just giving the facts that a lot of places aren't going to tell you just because of the drama. I mean, are you dating a guy or what? I mean, it doesn't really matter to me.
I mean, I'm just going off of what I've seen in the past, sir. I remember Big Connect sounded so good.
No,
Everybody
but this
was
is the
like Big Connect, and then
this is the difference, though. This is the difference, though. The creator of Big Connect wasn't a billionaire. All right, the creator of Big, and the thing about it is that
you don't have to be a billionaire to do a Ponzi scheme, sir.
Right, but it adds a little bit of credibility. It adds a little bit of credibility.
But credibility in the crypto market is not the best. Let's be honest.
Yeah, very unregulated.
What's the bet? Well, to me, the number one.
He's no Charles Austin. He's no Vitalik Buterin. And every time I see him on the panel, he gets very defensive. That's facts.
No, okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm just saying my number one criteria is the price performance and what the chart looks like. I mean, the chart is out of this world, and I mean, you know, it's up 17,000% over the year. It did 325x last year, and you know, it's the number 3 used coin on Ethereum.
But
it's the number 3 market cap. $200 billion market cap.
My question is this: what is causing somebody to invest in Hex where there's a little bit of, you know, unease versus a coin where there's no unease? The creator is vetted. He's an MIT student. He has credentials, no criminal record, no nothing, no issues. The API is not crazy. It's a very solid project, and they had the same or even more or a larger percentage gain than Hex last year. What is causing them to invest in Hex versus that project?
What did a higher percentage gain than Hex last year?
I can name a few, but man, I don't want to bombard you.
I mean, I'll wait. But
Theta, T-Fuel, Zilliqa, Cardano.
Those are not outperforming.
Yeah, they were. Cardano was 10 cents last year. Theta was 4 cents last year. T-Fuel was 0.00014 cents last year. I mean,
why are you arguing? You're arguing a fact. You can look at the charts.
I mean,
man.
You asked me, dude.
But that's not correct. That's what I'm saying. That's incorrect.
What am I supposed to do? You literally asked me. Okay. All right, dude.
I asked you, but I wanted the truth, not a lie. I mean, come on now.
A lie? Do you want me to bring the chart?
It's a fact. Bring the. No, I mean.
Do you want me to
do it? He can solo.
The fact that Theta was 4 cents
we can.
Okay.
Dude,
right.
I mean,
that's fine.
You know, argue this till the cows come on, dude.
All right, that's cool.
What else is up 17,000%?
I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm just not. I'm not rocking with it, bro. That's all I got to say. I'm not rocking with it.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, it's a great opportunity. I mean, people have retired.
It's really not.
Herbalife says the same thing, bro. That's facts.
Hey, man, whatever. Hey, it is what it is. I just figured I'd give a little bit of my 2 cents on it, and, you know, people can go from there.
Thanks, bro.
Because everybody else is, you know, looking around, wondering why their portfolio's down today, and you know, Hex people that are holding Hex.
All right, bro, get off my channel, man. We don't do scams over here, bro. Oh, we went to the Hex. I mean, all you Hex cats, man. If y'all making so much money, then stay over there. We don't do that. It sounds like BitConnect to me. All his talking points, same as the BitConnect guys. Like crazy, man. We don't do that over here. Anybody that rocks with Hex, I'm not rocking with you niggas. Y'all stay over there. We talking about real coins over. Listen, I'd rather put my money on Booty Coin before I put it in Hex. You guys are gonna get wrecked. I've seen it before, bro. I saw it in 2017 with BitConnect. Y'all gonna get wrecked. Bunch of people still looking for Trevon James. Know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like he was talking about 17,000%, which over the past 3 years, when it reached its highest point, it was at, I think, 66%. I mean, 66 cents. But if we go to the chart over the past 6 months, it's only at 4,000%. And that was after a huge spike that put it up to 66%, and then it dropped right back down. And that gives me BitConnect vibes. And the thing is, he's talking about Cardano, like it has a bigger market cap. Cardano has about 80 something billion market cap, and Hex only has 64.85 billion market cap. And Trojan, you're 100% right when you said that the developer, he actually left the project. And the thing is, like, it's already been dubbed a Ponzi scheme, so people already have troublesome vibes with it. And the SEC has come out to say that it doesn't pass their Howey test. So it's just kind of interesting to me that, you know, he'll keep talking about the 17,000%, but that was like 2 years ago. We're looking at in the past year, comparing it to Cardano, where over the past year, I think that Cardano was up 5,000%.
Right, and people forget that BitConnect at one point was ranked in the top 10 for market cap too. Is Hex better than Zilliqa? No. Is Hex even better than Digibyte? No. What is the utility for Hex? What is the utility for Hex? You can name the price all you want, bro. I can mention price too. But what is the utility for Hex?
I mean, let's look at the profile. It says Hex is a ERC20 compliant token on Ethereum, claiming to be a high interest blockchain certificate of deposit for Bitcoin holders. So it's just a high interest yielding coin.
So pretty much it's pretty much a scam version of crypto lending, which we've already determined to not be too safe. I try to be nice. I don't want to seem like a know-it-all.
I gotta keep it real. The only reason I don't really rock with Hex like that is because that dude Richard, yeah, he's charismatic, intelligent guy. I've watched a lot of his streams. I do my research. Richard, whatever his last name is, smart guy. But the guy's emotional. More emotional than I am right now. For a guy who's supposedly so rich and you got them watches spinning in the background, he's always in his fifis. But I'm not promoting no Hex, no none of that, bro. I want to talk to the guy. I've seen him berate other people, cuss people out. For a guy who's so rich, he certainly doesn't have the demeanor of a Charles Hoskinson's or Vitalik Buterin or anybody else. I listen to Vitalik, and I'd rather listen to Charles bark at somebody because Charles will do it intelligently. But Hex, nah, bruh. Another big connect.
Sorry, I just went over, you know, with a colleague the other day about how the lead developer on Hex is like under investigation, and they even went over why Hex is not listed on the CMC. But like, I don't want to go after some of these coin choices. Of course, they did their research and, you know, they have their beliefs. But I mean, to say that not many coins did the gain that Hex did this year is just preposterous. I'm sorry. It's many coins that have done that gain that don't have a shady history to it.
Yeah, and I mean, after looking at the chart, like, does it have gains? Yeah, I see gains, but not compared to Cardano. No, I don't. I definitely don't see that at all. I mean,
just like what, 38%? Where's that?
Yeah, I mean, that's unrealistic,
true, bro. It sounds too good. 38%. That sounds too good to be true, bro. Like, one thing I've learned about life is, you know, I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night, bruh. Like, if you want to sucker me, Negro, send me some Hex for free, bruh. Then I might believe you. Facts. Now I mean, but listen, I'm not a sucker, bro. Don't come on my channel thinking you're gonna get a mark, because you're the one who's gonna get licked. Facts.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with promoting altcoins that you believe in or altcoins that you research and you believe are going to perform, you know, very well in the bull run. It's just an issue where you're supporting an altcoin where you don't truly understand the history, but because it made you a lot of money, you're blindly supporting whatever shady or underhanded things that they may have done in the background to give you those gains. And you know, and this goes back to the BitConnect thing. I mean, they were giving ridiculously large APYs, and that's why people love them so much. But they were pretty much broke. They were lying about their money, and that's why they got shut down. So no matter how much these ridiculous APYs they were promising people, they had no money
The
to pay it
founder
out.
is a former self-admitted PUA. That should let you know all you need to know. He's a former self-admitted pickup artist. That's all I need to know. I was like, all right, bro, I'm done. Know what I mean? I'm done.
It's I'm sorry, Hex and a lot of these other crypto lending platforms, and I tell people crypto lending, I'm not a fan. I'm just not. You know, crypto.com, Blockful, what is it? I forgot what it is. Celsius. There's another one. You know, it's just you're giving away your private keys to get a large APY. And I'm like, guys, you got to understand there's a cost to that. You know, nothing in life is for free. If you're getting a large APY, you got to understand why you're getting that large APY. And for BitConnect, they didn't understand. They were giving away everything to get that large APY. And Trayvon James and a few others realized that too late.
I mean, listen, if people, and it's not financial advice. I mean, if you're making money off of it, I'm not mad at that, bro. But I heard it all before, man. I heard the same talking points that people were telling me when BitConnect came out. And I saw what happened, bro, in real time. I saw people getting wrecked. I saw Trayvon James looking left and right, shook. I seen it before, bro. Like the same thing you saying, well, you know, BitConnect is right. I heard all of that before, bro. All of that. All of that. I've seen it before, guys. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. And remember, with BitConnect, you had what? It was Trayvon James, and what was the other dude? The one with the big booty Colombian chick. And I fell for the hype. I was like, yo, I'm about to get in it. Thank God my mentor talked me out of it. But this is the guy that owns Hex. This is the guy right here. This is your leader, bro? Hey, your lessons burned. This your mans? Come get your mans, bro. Come get your mans, bro. Come get your pickup artist mans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll buy Ethereum Max first from Kim Kardashian before I buy Hex, my nigga. Facts. I'll buy, listen, matter of fact, just to trigger you, I'm going to do a video of me showing myself buying Ethereum Max, and Kim Kardashian is going to be all over it. I'll buy Ethereum Max first before I buy Hex. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like people coming to my channel and trying to play me like I'm dumb. You know what I mean? As soon as I said, remember the first question I asked, dude? Like, how much money have you made? And he said, well, I know a lot of people that's something Herbalife clown would tell me. One of these, you know, multi-level marketing clown. Like, I'm asking you. No, he's like, I know a lot of, bro, I know millionaires too, bro. Go on my Instagram. I chill with them. And they didn't put their money in Hex. Crypto millionaires. I know several of them personally. We chase pogs together. All of that. Facts. And I got receipts. So don't give me that, well, I know several people. Because I know people in real life. The people that you talk about, I probably chilled with them. What is he talking about? Well,
a lot of the crypto millionaires, of the crypto millionaires, you would realize they don't do what the pack does. They do something that's revolutionary that the pack doesn't understand yet. You know? I mean, so what
is the purpose of Hex? What's the utility? Is it a form of payment? What is it? What is it for?
Yeah.
I'm asking seriously.
It's exactly what we thought it's just a high interest lending coin. You know, they just promise you 40% APY, but I don't see any utility. And then try to compare it to Cardano. You're just being disingenuous now, bro.
He said, let's talk greasy when I'm off the panel. Bro, I was talking greasy when you were on the panel. You're a scammer. Don't come back. We don't do scammers over here. This is your man's, bro. Go scam with him. Listen, I'll buy. This is your man's, bro. You run with scammers. So don't give me this, oh, you talking greasy over here, bro. Because I asked you a simple question and you couldn't answer that. That's when I knew we got to get you out of here. That's facts. I'll buy Ethereum Max. Listen, I'm going to make a video, guys. After I'm done with this stream, I'm buying Ethereum Max just to trigger him. Facts. I'd rather buy that. And here's the thing, Trojan. The only reason I'm kind of heated is because, like, That nigga was trying to play us like we were dumb.
That's the thing with a lot of crypto people nowadays. And if you guys notice, have you guys remembered or do you guys remember in 2018 where like everything was going up, so there were so many beginner experts, right? Like people who, oh, buy Cardano because it's going up. Like a lot of famous influencers were just popping up on YouTube just saying buy this because I said so, or buy it because it's good. You know, they had no idea what the utility. They didn't read the white papers. They didn't look at the charts. They didn't see TA, FA, CA, nothing. They just straight up just buy it because it's going up. And that's how a lot of people got wrecked. Like, and you guys can attest to it. I mean, I wasn't investing in 2018, but I've talked to a lot of people who did. And they were telling me, like, in 2018, like, people were delusional to the point where they thought if they put $100 into a coin, they'd be a millionaire. That's how delusional they were. It was bad. And the thing is, sometimes people get into the market and they get so inspired by something that it becomes like a cult to them. And they just can't let it go. They want to follow it forever. When really they're not looking at the technicals, because if they did, they would be gravitating towards another coin. It's unfortunate. I know somebody else who's in Hex. He even knows it's not long term. He knows it could be clapped any moment. But
and listen, the guy hit the dislike button. He's the only one. Oh man. And here's the thing. And you know, I'm not really heated like that. I know MDTV's laughing. Okay, maybe Hex is the thing, right? Maybe let me put $100 in it. But bro, like, I got to be honest. I was around when BitConnect was around. I've seen this before. I heard the sales pitch. I saw Trevon James in BMW. All of that. I almost fell for it. And I'm so glad Ian talked me out of it. He's like, nah, stay away from that. And guess what? BitConnect, I've never seen a coin that was in the top 10 fall off as hard as BitConnect did. Matter of fact, is BitConnect even still listed in the exchanges? Hold on, let's take a look. I'm sorry, Trojan. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. It's just, I'm just triggered by the guy coming in here trying to play it off like he's so smart. He reminds me of one of these dudes that'll come in your job, right, with some beat up old 1992 Air Maxes, talking about, I have a business opportunity for you. Like, bruh, no. Is BitConnect even still listed on the exchanges? Hold on, let me look.
I mean, you're talking about Trevon James, and like, I think he posted a video a day ago about could Hex pass Bitcoin in price.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
So he didn't learn nothing, is what you're saying.
Pretty much. Didn't the SEC charge this dude?
They did. They did.
Check it out, Solo. Check it out.
I mean, share the screen. Share the screen.
Hold on. Let me see if I could bring it up. Hold on one second.
Matter of fact, let me buy some Ethereum Max right now, bruh. I'm gonna put a stack in Ethereum Max right now just to trigger you. Man. No, I'm not gonna put money in Ethereum Max, but you guys get the point. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, guys, you gotta do your research, man. This is why. And people say, look, I'm gonna be honest. This guy, Trojan, that owns Hex, a former pickup artist. He's certified lover boy before Drake even thought about it. Facts. Know what I mean?
My thing is this, right? Like, people need to start looking at history. Like, history is a bit... Okay, when I was in nursing school, I was taught the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. That's what I was taught in psych nursing or in any sort of nursing. So if somebody had suicidal ideation, right, they have the highest chance of, performing suicide because they tried it before. Now, my thing is this. We saw Solana, right? Let's use an example. We saw Solana run from $5 to $30 and pass Polkadot, pass a bunch of high cap coins immediately. We should have seen that and been like, okay, Solana is a flyer. But a lot of people didn't, and then it jumped and spied again. We should have seen ADA start running first as one of the first large caps to move in the beginning of the bull run in January, February. But, we didn't. And look at that. ADA is jumping again. First, in the beginning of the bull run. Literally, things are repeating. And my thing is this. If the cycle repeats, Theta is going to be a very high-performing mid-cap coin. The meme coin run is going to happen, and it's going to get people delusionally bullish. And if history repeats itself, the meme coin run will be the end.
That's Trevon.
My bad, guys. Yeah, here's a video. This dropped a day ago.
Can Hex pass $50,000?
No, don't play it. I don't want to get a copyright. Don't play it. Don't play it. Don't play it. I don't want to get a copyright if you want to strike. No, I don't want that.
Okay.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at BitConnect right here, bro. BitConnect, like I said, used to be number 6 in the market cap, guys. Look at where it's at now. BitConnect used to be like what? $100 or something per coin? Like, let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. We got the historical charts. Matter of fact, they don't even have the data anymore.
Wow. Damn.
Know what I mean?
Fun fact, I think I heard in one of Trayvon's videos where he had a collab and he explained it himself. I think he has a bunch of BitConnect coins that are useless. Completely useless. He can't trade them. He can't do anything with them. It's pretty much the same as a rug bull. He can't do nothing with those coins. He just has them.
Can't even sell them?
No, you can't sell them. They're dead. They're dead coins.
Look at it. It had at its height, it had a $2.5 billion market cap. Where is it now? Bro, you can't even pull up the information, bro. Look at it, flatline. Look at it. Ain't nobody selling it. Ain't nobody trading it. You can't do nothing with it. Is the website still even up? Probably not. Nope. Nope. Website is dead. BitConnect is dead. You know what I mean? Hey, if Hex is and here's the thing that bothers me is kind of like we're all bullish on these coins, right? But if it sounds too good to be true, bro, stay away from it, bro. That's not financial advice, but I would slap somebody on my channel if if they say, "Oh, I'll buy Hex." You know what I'm saying? Please, man. Please. When the market is bleeding, that's when you go in. I appreciate you. 6 Sounds. I read your donation earlier, bro. I did, bro. Because I had to restart the stream because I kind of exposed this pod. So appreciate that. And here's the thing. Maybe Trojan, I'm wrong. Let me zoom the camera. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Hex is the best project that we're all just sleeping on.
No, you're not wrong.
Maybe Hex is phenomenal.
I mean,
no.
Guys,
I just don't see a utility.
Guys, that's like me saying last night I had this chick over and we made magic. Stop the cap. Matter of fact, where's my Michael Jordan at? Anybody come here talking that Hex bullshit again in the comments, you getting banned on site. Getting banned.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
See, and my thing is this, like, I remember somebody saying, I forgot who, but he was like, I don't want to hear crypto advice from somebody who just got in within the last year. I want to listen to crypto advice from somebody who's been in when it was low, when it was dead, when nobody had faith in it, and they did their research and they came into here, My thing is this, I feel like a lot of the people in Hex are they got a really good gain off of it, and that's the only reason why they're pushing it. They don't care about the fundamentals. They don't care about the fact that their creator is a scammer. They don't care about the fact that their coin is not listed on CoinMarketCap. I mean, it being owned by Binance is not an excuse. Binance has listed many other coins who, their credentials are very questionable, but I mean...
And Binance is under investigation too. And I told people, stay away from Binance. Because when I got locked out because I got a new phone, I lost all my coins on Binance. I've never told anybody this. Back in 2019. Bro,
I
you know how
mean,
devastated I was?
I gotta be real.
Luckily
I
for
got
me,
a
I was
prediction.
smart. I lost like what? Probably lost like 5 stacks worth of coins, but still, 5 racks is 5 racks.
I think Binance is gonna get shut down in the future. My thing is this: a lot of these things that happen in crypto, they're happening because of a lack of regulation. Now, regulation kind of sucks for people, but it actually kind of helps as well because it's going to bring in a lot of investors that want stability. So, my thing is this: they can do what they want now, but when regulation comes to the crypto space, they obviously can't regulate wallets or people who understand the technology like you and me. They're going to be regulating exchanges. And Coinbase, Binance, all these exchanges that practice criminal activity pretty much, pausing the exchange when high trading volume is happening or,
Washing money,
allowing.
allegedly washing and rinsing money for certain illegal activities, allegedly.
Yeah. Or laundering money for the CCP, allegedly.
That's what I was referring to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry. I mean, it's gonna come to an end. A lot of this stuff is going to be halted with regulation. And as much as people don't like it, regulation will come to the crypto sphere. We are very early. And I tell people that all the time. We are very early in the crypto space. Like, very early. Like, if we were looking at this as a timeline of like Amazon or Google or something, we'd probably be in 1995. Because this technology is brand new. A lot of people have no idea what it can do. They're too scared of it. They don't want to understand it. They don't want to research it. They don't want to read a white paper. They don't want to look on, on updates. They think everything's a scam. They think, they're going to lose their money in any coin they invest in besides Bitcoin. It's just, a lot of people just don't understand what's going on with this. This is pretty much a new technological revolution going on, but it's going on in the monetary side. And very soon, money is going to evolve. We're going to have systems where you pay for stuff before you even arrive to the destination. We're probably going to have technology where you pay for items with your Face ID. We hate to say it, but it's probably going to come, and my thing is this: blockchain technology, regardless of what the government tells you, it's very advanced. The government doesn't even understand blockchain technology. I remember in Texas, they were having a briefing on the crypto regulation bill. And, he literally was like, raise your hand if you actually understand crypto. And like few of them raised their hand. He was like, all right, so why are we going to regulate something we don't understand? The government officials themselves don't even know what's going on. They have no idea. I could pick out people in the government office, right? They're like very high ranking people, and I can bet you one thing: they will not be able to know how to send Ethereum from Coinbase to Exodus wallet. I promise you that.
Trojan, I kind of got a rebuttal on that because I mean, like,
Mm.
the NSA created the SHA. They created the secure hashing algorithm. So I mean, I remember that there was a situation where there was a older gentleman who said that if you guys really knew who invented Bitcoin, it would drop to zero. Because again, Satoshi is anonymous. Nobody really knows if it's a group of people or one person. But the secure hashing algorithm, obviously, it's been modified and corrected later on in life. But that is what Bitcoin was really utilizing as its consensus method, moving forward. So the NSA, they knew about the technology of this secure hashing algorithm. So that's just the only thing I gotta say about that. But Solo, give me just 1 second, Solo.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I mean, I got my theory, but I'm not gonna get into that. What I do know is that cryptocurrency can't be stopped. They can regulate it. And with the infrastructure bill, how they want to regulate it, there's no way they can keep track of every transaction if they want to make it taxable. That's asinine to me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm more of a Ethereum maxi nowadays than I am a Bitcoin maxi, because I think Ethereum has a lot of room still to grow. I don't know how you feel about that, Trojan, but that's how I feel. And looking at it from a logical perspective, taking the feelings out of it, Ethereum has actually shown signs at times of decoupling from Bitcoin. By when you look at when Bitcoin was dropping a couple months ago, Ethereum remains steady. And I think in the future, Ethereum will decouple from Bitcoin and eventually even flip Bitcoin. I believe that.
So look, I mean, my thing is this. I agree. And the thing is, even though I don't like Ethereum as an investment to make money, I do like what Ethereum is doing. You know, like, make no mistake, I'm not against Ethereum and what it's doing, because, listen, if Ethereum's winning, all altcoins are winning at the moment, because Ethereum leads the altcoin market. I know you see the charts and, you know, the volume. Whenever Ethereum is doing well, altcoins do very well right after. Like, it's like clockwork. And I know you've seen, like, the edge of the meme coin run. Ethereum hit an all-time high right after meme coins hit an all-time high too. You know, so Ethereum is necessary, and I mean, it definitely could overtake Bitcoin. However, that's up to the institutional investors. That's not up to us. You know, they have to make the decision.
I do want to say that somebody in the chat says Ethereum fees are high. I don't disagree with that. I hate the fact that they're high, but Vitalik came out recently and said that they're planning to release Ethereum 2.0 by the end of the year. I don't think they will, but maybe they'll be able to start rolling it out, right? If that happens, you're going to see the fee substantially drop. And if that really happens, then Ethereum is going to take off, right? Now, will Bitcoin still always be in the top 3 or top 5? Of course. But I think that Ethereum is going to, once that ETH 2.0 happens, Trojan and MD, Ethereum is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And I mean in a good way.
Yeah, and that's why I trust your mentor, Ian Bellina, when he says he's an Ethereum maximalist.
Yeah.
That's one reason why right there.
Yeah. And, you know, it's funny because when I was speaking to Ian earlier about that this year, right? I remember that interview. I was looking at him like, why ETH? But he already saw it. And Ian kind of, you know, talking to Ian, he's like 10 years ahead of everybody right now. Just because when you talk to Ian, he kind of reminds me of Da Vinci J15 because of the fact that, you know, he's in the 2018 when all these new coins were coming out, right? Like Neo and all these other coins. He was traveling the world, just meeting up with all the developers, meeting with all their teams. And he saw how crypto was working all over the world, right? In Asia, Europe, Africa even. And so he has that perspective where, you know, some of us, okay, we see a Bitcoin ATM, we think, yay. But in some other countries, and Trojan, I know you know this as well, they're utilizing blockchain to a level that the USA, we're really behind. Let's be honest.
Yep. We are very behind. However, if it makes us feel any better, there are other countries that are even more behind than us. There are countries that are not open to blockchain at all. And what they are doing is they are pretty much, you know, like the Industrial Revolution had to happen in every, you know, sort of area so it can start sweeping and then start, you know, adjusting. It's the same thing. And the more they delay their development. So it is happening in countries like Japan or some countries in Europe. I don't know the exact ones, and I'm not going to try to name that because I don't want to get that wrong. But I know there are countries resisting. the use of digital currencies like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and they are setting themselves up to be very behind. But countries like El Salvador and Korea, yeah, they are all open arms to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and their economy is going to be thanking themselves in the future. Definitely.
All right, MD, did you wanted to say something, bro, or because I
no,
know earlier you were trying to pull something up, or
it's all right. The only thing is that last comment you brought up by H2, I believe, was talking about how NFTs and Ethereum, the gas prices are still gonna be high. I don't necessarily think so, because again, with the proof of stake with Ethereum, that's gonna be more, because the reason why I think that the gas fees are so high is because of transaction fees, and that is what is given to the miners. So if they go to a proof of stake consensus mechanism, it's gonna take that away. And the fact that with the NFTs and the DeFi, I mean, I look at other blockchains such as Tezos. They have NFTs on their platform as well. I even read an article over here today where even Litecoin is coming out with a platform on their blockchain where they're releasing crypto assets and NFTs. I think the platform, if I bring it up here on Litecoin, is called OmniLite. So I think that the gas fees of Ethereum are going to go down because they're going to a proof of stake, which the consensus mechanism is going to be done by people who stake their tokens, and they kind of push through transactions that way, instead of relying on the old proof of work model, which is I think a lot of blockchains are going to proof of stake, which is why they have such low gas fees already.
Well, that's the biggest thing, in MDTV or Distinguished Man, whatever you want me to call you. I agree with what you said, and also I would even add on, to more of what you said. Like, NFTs can be on a lot of different blockchains. Like, it doesn't have to just be Ethereum. Guys, keep in mind, I love Ethereum. I do. I just would not recommend it as an investment for a newbie who wants to make a lot of money. Institutional investors, I am praying that they buy up Ethereum. Make no mistake, I am praying that they buy it up, because the more they buy it up, the more the altcoin market is pushed. But keep in mind, right? Cardano is planning to release NFTs. Theta is planning to release NFTs. Ecomi is like the leading, crypto with NFTs, with Veve and all of the licensing for Marvel and DC products as NFTs, which that will make a huge market for NFTs. They're selling comic books in limited, quantity. They're selling digital action figures in limited quantity, licensed by Marvel. Like, this is huge. We got Ada is going to be releasing NFTs, just like MDTV talked about. Litecoin is going to be doing it. Like, NFTs is not just going to be an Ethereum thing. It's going to be an all cryptos thing. And now we're going to get to the point where, an underground rapper is going to be releasing NFTs and not, shoving his record in your face, downtown while you're trying to get a burger.
Tory Lanez did an NFT album for $1, and he sold 1 million in less than a minute.
See, Solo, can we talk about that? See, the industry tried to do him dirty, and he came out on top by trusting blockchain. It's just a beautiful story. Like, this man cannot. Yeah. He bought his masters, and now he's selling on the blockchain. And literally any sale on his NFTs, he will be paid on. Any sale.
He'll never go broke.
He won. Oh, he won.
He'll never go broke. He'll never go broke.
Mm-hmm. And that's
why. Listen, I'm doing an NFT, guys, and y'all Negroes better buy it. It's gonna be like $1, and y'all Negroes, I need y'all Negroes to buy. I'm doing an NFT. You guys know what I'm gonna do an NFT of? I already got you guys. I'm gonna do an NFT of some Pogs. Yes, sir. We're gonna do some NFT of Pogs. We're gonna call it the Pog NFT. We're gonna change the NFT games with these Pogs, my G. We're gonna have these Pogs up. I know Trojan, you gonna buy it. Trojan is quiet. It's like, I can't.
I mean, I'll buy it. It's only $1, so
yeah, man. I'm gonna do an NFT for like $1, bro. And then I'm gonna do the Super Pog for like $10.
It isn't gonna take long. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that Solo, like, I was even looking up how to even create an NFT, right? And the funniest thing, right? Like, I was even trying to get your remember when the drawing of you holding the Thor hammer? You know, I was like trying to put that in like Photoshop and like edit it and do some like crazy shit to it, and I was gonna turn it into an NFT for you for free. Cause like I was just researching it on how to make an NFT. And like I mean, like I was like, damn, yo, like this stuff is kind of pretty cool to make and like, you know, sell it. And you know, just like, you know, the way that the wave is like it's like having a piece of digital art. And you know, later on down the line, you have no idea how much it could be worth.
So that's why Tory Lanez is laughing all the way to the crypto exchange right now.
Even though they tried to ruin him. Isn't that crazy? Blockchain, and this is what blockchain was made for. It was made for freedom. Yeah, of course, if you're stupid with it or irresponsible with it, you lose your private keys or you give it away, even though you're told not to give it away. If you give away your private keys, you can lose your stuff, and there's no bank or helpline to get it back for you. That's the burden of freedom, right? And people gotta understand the value of freedom, and that is blockchain. Okay, like I get it. You lose your crypto because you're stupid and you give away your seed phrase. You're not gonna have a helpline that'll help you get it back. However, when you make your money, you're not gonna have anybody regulating how you make your money. You don't have a team regulating how you do it. You don't have a team telling you you can't do this trade, you can't do that trade, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't buy that, you can't get this quantity, you can't get that. Nope. Anything you can get. And if it's not on a centralized exchange, it's on a decentralized exchange. And I see somebody in the comments talking about Dent. My thing is this. Just know the cycle. You can get any coin you want. It's a free party. However, just know how the cycle goes. High caps go first. You've seen that Solana, Polkadot, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, all the high caps ran this weekend, if you guys noticed. The mid caps are next. Beta, VeChain, Zilliqa, etc. Right? Oh yeah, Cardano is also a large cap. But the supply is a little bit larger, so you wouldn't really see it in the price. And then the low caps come last. So don't lose faith on those. Dent, VRA, PoonDX, Holochain, you know, those come last. And then there's a new category. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for us, but I'm hoping it's a good thing because I'm holding a little bit of some meme coins. Shiba and Doge and, you know, Kishu and all the meme coins, they come last. That's a new category that was literally created this year. Like, this is huge. Like, a whole bubble was created this year that we can invest in now. And if we go according to the cycle, unfortunately, meme coins will be last. But however, liquidity can leak out to different coins, to different projects early on. We've seen it with Dent. It pumped a little bit in January, a little bit in February, then absolutely blew up in March, even though it was a low cap. But just know when to sell, know when to take profit, you know, at least 50%. You know, I've been talking to somebody and they told me, hey, listen, take half and run. I met someone who's an investor in Germany, and he was talking about how he made $60 million on an investment and he didn't take any profit, and then it fell back down to about 500,000. So my thing is this: make your profit, at least take half. And the thing is, and one more thing I would say, I know I'm long-winded, but my thing is this, right? Understand the markets is an emotional game. It's a very emotional game. You need to understand that if you feel delusionally bullish, you feel like the market's going to go up, you're delusionally positive, everybody feels that way. And everybody's going to act accordingly. And if you choose to be like, oh no, I'm going to be diamond hands, I'm going to hold, as the market goes up, then it's probably a drop coming. However, if you're very negative, oh my God, we just recovered from a drop, this is horrible, is this thing even going to run? That's usually when it runs. But my biggest thing, and this is the last thing I'll say, is just look at the history. We ran for about 4 or 5 months beginning of the year before we had the major dump. Our next run should be, just as long as if we go according to history. And I would base your trades on that, not financial advice. All right.
Now I want to say something. The word hex sounded so familiar to me. And then I remembered I lived in Germany for a while. Remember, guys? And then I remembered, well, of course it sounds familiar. You know what the word hex means in German? It means witch. Okay? So hexe in the German word means witch. Now, if you want to bewitch people, what better way than to have that word? Now, I know some people saying Solo, you bugging, but it's a coin called hex, witch. You might as well have named the coin Thought. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when I look at this coin, everything about it is fake, just like this booty right here. I mean, and then you got this guy. He might be a witch himself. This is the guy who owns Hex. He might be a sorcerer. He dresses like a wizard. I mean, come on, bruh. I mean, I know it's a reach, but hey, it's a reach I'm willing to take. Anyway, that's all I got to say, bro. Any final words, MD Trojan?
Trojan, you could go ahead, and then I'll say my last piece.
All right. I mean, my biggest thing is, I know there's going to be a lot of people talking. There's going to be a lot of people in your ear in this bull run. Just look at the history. Look at what happened before. Look at the previous charts. Even look at the previous bull run year. And even if you can, read some books like Confessions of a Crypto Millionaire by Dan Conway. Look at the psyche of the people who went through these bull runs. Look at how they're thinking and try to get yourself, and this is what I do, try to get yourself to not make the same mistakes they did. A lot of them were too greedy, or they weren't too greedy. They were too, humble, and they let the money slip through their fingers. Like, look at the history, and base your decision off of that. But also, don't let this last dip make you very negative, make you too bearish, because you just might miss out on what's about to happen. That's all I got to say. Peace out, y'all.
Hey, thanks, Trojan.
Later, man.
All right, bro. I'm gonna take the next, MD, because I'm gonna be long-winded on this one.
Okay.
Here's my thing, guys. At the end of the day, this is why it's important to do your own research. I know a lot of people are gonna look at Hex. The fact that Trevon James is associated with this coin, you'd be a fool. You'd be a mother effing fool to even think about it, right? 40 to 50% APY, but it's not in USD, it's in Hex. Sounds too good to be true. That's like you meet a chick on Tinder. Let me break it down for you simpletons that may not understand what I just said. And that's no disrespect to nobody. But that's like you meet a chick on Tinder and she says she's going to bring her friend so y'all can have a threesome. Now, bro, unless you're Tory Lanez or an NBA player, that's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. Okay? So what I'm saying is this. If something sounds too good to be true, it most likely is. Do your own research. Now, a lot of people will get caught up because of greed. And I said that earlier before. Look, I'm all with putting money into some risky coins. I'm all about that, but I don't want to see people get wrecked. I was around in 2017 and I saw people that got wrecked with BitConnect. People lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay? The end of the day, technical and fundamental analysis will always reign supreme in the crypto market by doing your technical analysis and fundamental analysis. What does that mean? Look at the white paper. Look at the market cap. Look at the utility of a coin. Look at the team. Look at the social media presence. Credibility is very important in this market because it's still a new market. And there's a lot of people trying to finesse you guys. I'm not going to promote them. You will never see Richard Hart on my channel. That nigga would have to pay me. And then even then, I wouldn't take his hex. So you better pay me in cash. Facts. But the reality is this. What I'm saying is, if it sounds too good to be true, somebody says, yo, if you get into this coin, you're going to get 40% to 50% back. Now, some of y'all used to be in the streets, or some of y'all live in the hood. You used to live in the hood as well. If a lick sounds too good to be true, and a lick is metaphor for a coin in this situation, then it probably is. You have to be able to, like Trojan said, separate your emotions from your logical thinking, because in this crypto game, you have to have ice running through your veins, bro. Like, I know a lot of people FOMO'd into Solana when it's at the top. That's why I always say, guys, buy at the dip. Buy at the dip. Because if you buy at the top, then what happens, right? And so here's my thing. Do your own research. Do your own research. I have a cryptocurrency course for beginners, so that way you don't get caught up in a hex. Get it? Caught up in a hex? What does hex mean? Another word for hex besides witch, magic spell. I find it very interesting that he would name it like that, magic spell. Now, I know that some of you guys don't believe in the esoteric, right? The gematria, I believe in that. But I find it very interesting because when you see all these hex people, how they talk, they sound like they're what? They're bewitched. This reminds me of BitConnect. When you see these BitConnect people, they said the same thing. Oh, it's the best thing ever, blah, blah, making all this money, blah, blah. And they were getting wrecked. What's his name? I can't think of his name. The one guy with the Colombian girl. He disappeared. Brian Grant. That's his name. He looked like Brian Grant. Is that his name? I don't know. Trevon James was on YouTube crying. Shook. I don't know. Nobody told me it's a scam. This fool went on YouTube when BitConnect was like $1 when it was crashing. This fool was buying more. I'm like, what's he doing? Now look at Trevon James. He used to be one of the most highly respected people in this crypto space. Now he's looked at as a joke. Your reputation matters. My reputation matters. That's why I would never even entertain talking about hex. Once again, in German, hex means what? Witch. What does another word for hex? Magic spells. When you see these people talking about hex, they all sound like they're bewitched. And at the end of the day, when the owner of a coin owns 50% of the coin, that should have you worried. Oh, he doesn't own 50%. He only owns 10. Okay. Once again, we don't do that over here. I'd rather invest in something known as Dr. Umar Johnson coin before I invest in Hex, my G. Listen, I'm about to buy some Ethereum Max right now because at least I know Kim Kardashian got it. That's the same logic these people use. Start doing the technical analysis, fundamental analysis, like know the history, 4-year cycles. Start looking at utility of a coin. Do they have partnerships? That's all I got to say, man.
Well, in my own opinion, just to add on to that, yeah, definitely do your TA, your FA, and look at the white paper, DYOR. Do your own research, and guys, like we said, you could download the certain apps where they just give you updates automatically on some coins that you want to watch. I mean, guys, don't be afraid to try and research. I think that a lot of people, they kind of refrain from doing their research and they just want to believe what anybody tells them. I mean, you have to look up these things when you want to invest in something. How can you invest in something just because somebody told you to? That doesn't make any sense to me. You have to feel comfortable with your own investment. And again, guys, just because you see that people are making a lot of money in something, you got to understand that there can be Ponzi schemes out there. There could be rackets out there where people just want you to throw your money into something and say that you'll make a lot of money. But like Solo said, look at the utility. What is the purpose of this token? How is it going to benefit people in the actual world? What is it supposed to do? And, again, follow the news, read up on things, research, take time out of your day to do these things. And, I'll leave you guys on a positive note. I'm looking at an article right now about Bitcoin. And, obviously we've seen the market go down today with El Salvador, but it says here that Panama has just introduced a bill to make the country compatible with the digital economy, blockchain, crypto assets, and the internet. It says that their text proposes that individuals in Panama or legal entities established in the country may freely agree to use cryptocurrency as a means of payment for any civil or commercial operation not prohibited by the legal system. The project also proposes that taxes, fees, and other tax obligations may be paid using cryptocurrency. So when we talk about all these things going on in the news and, Bitcoin going down and saying, is it over? What's going on? What's happening? Calm down. Don't worry. Everything is going to resolve itself and everything's going to be good. It's not going anywhere. This technology is the future. Other countries are going to start to pick it up and they're going to use it, and it's going to be here for a long time. If anything, it's going to be here forever. That's all I really got to say.
Hey, I know them Hex guys are going to come after me, so it's all good. At the end of the day, men lie, women lie. Numbers sometimes do as well, but like I said, if it sounds too good to be true, most likely it is. So anyway, we out, man. Peace.